Dua.
Got it. Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Are you ready to get covered in film? Because we're coming right now. Tonight, we're bringing to you 2024's Dune Part Deux.
Yep.
That's
Good
two,
call on that.
except French.
Hey, good job.
That's right.
Is it
Directed by Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah. Which
a
means,
rich and frothy guy?
Chalamet is
wow.
French too, I think.
Wow, we're already off the rails. We're coming to you raw tonight, guys. Only person that did research for this episode was Russ, which is, you know,
Yep. That was me. Here's me throwing my notes. I don't have any. I got nothing to throw in the air. Coming just straight off the old brain pan.
right
Hey, so
off the brain pan.
one of the things that we talked about very early on when we reviewed Dune number one
Part
uh was part uh
Uno,
was
not reverse.
that came out in 2021, right? Like during the pandemic, really. Um, so it was a dual release with theaters and in-house streaming, and this one was not at all. I tried, but you can't. Do
Nope.
you
Gotta
No,
go
those
to
were
the
the good
theater.
old days. Those were
do you
the wild,
I don't
wild
know, man.
west.
I like going to the theater.
I
so
mean, I went to the theater for this one. That's for sure.
yeah, you guys asked me, or I think Ben asked us, um, if we wish we could have seen it in theaters or whatever it was we did, and none of us have watched it in theaters. Ben said that he wished
Oh,
he
I
saw
did.
it in theaters. No,
No, this
Yeah,
was
I'm
right
pretty
during
sure.
the biggest, craziest part of the
or
lockdown.
or you said you did a little family outing thing and you like that, so it probably was in the theaters. And Joe's
Yeah.
response was, "My living room is a movie theater." And then I said
Which is
said
still true. Which is still true.
I had said that I would have had to go alone, and I liked being in the comfort of my house and blah blah blah. So no, um, I had to go watch this one alone in the theaters, and I really enjoyed it that way.
It was
Actually,
fucking awesome, huh? Watching a
I've
movie in the movie theater alone, so awesome.
I've never done it before that, and it was pretty
What?
great.
You've never gone to a movie by yourself before this?
No, I have a lot of friends.
Holy shit, dude. We just popped Russell's movie cherry. I love it.
Yeah, it
Nice.
was
We
great.
just took your virginity.
It was so great. Like I got to sit wherever I wanted, didn't have to blah 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 with anybody, share any armrests, talk about.
Right?
It was just nice.
So, despite my scathing review of number one, I was super excited about this movie coming out. And its release snuck by me, completely snuck by me. And so I
Hmm.
found myself last
Interesting.
weekend and was like, holy shit, Dune's out in the theaters. And I really want to go see this in the movie theater because I didn't go see the first one in the movie theater. And I do remember being overall disappointed with the visuals. And so this time I really wanted to make sure I got the full experience. So I went to drove 45 minutes to go see it on one of the only two IMAX theaters, the true IMAX theaters that are in
That's
my
right.
relative area.
K Street in
And
our state's capital.
that's right downtown, blocks from the Capitol building.
Remember going to the
And
Metreon though to watch Watchmen with your mom? That was great.
dude, I do love
So
the
good.
Metreon. That's a great
So good. Hey,
theater.
we
It's a
click the
great
link.
theater. Yeah. Yeah.
Watchmen.
I went and
We
saw
did
it
it.
with my mom. Just keep that in mind when you're watching the review.
Yeah.
In this particular instance, it was a outing with my daughter, and it was fan fucking tastic. I would say, in direct contrast to my review of the first movie, this movie delivers on all of the visuals in the ways that matter.
Should we?
Russ brought it up prior to recording. Go ahead.
No. You keep going.
As I say, Russ brought it up prior to recording that I had a pretty uh, pernicious review of the first movie, and it was because I felt like they focused too much on the visuals. They were way more on the fucking flying fly trap helicopters. I still feel that way.
One of the things that I wrote down was how much Joe said the ornithopters bothered him. Ben actually goes out of his way to say the ornithopters do not bother me. Because you said it so much.
I went to Costco over the weekend, and they have the Royal Atreides Ornithopter Deluxe Lego set, $140.
Holy shit.
Bought 3.
Because you're a PIMP.
That's right.
Big pimpin', baby.
But no. So the ornithopters, I don't know. It's Dune, so it's interesting what they do, like the city in the sand, but it's got technology, but not too much technology. It's very interesting. But they do reference, like, I started reading the book a little bit, and they reference when men made machines to think for them, which is basically alluding to AI. So that Dune is far, far in the future.
Oh yeah, they made a point in this movie to specifically reference 10/191.
Yeah,
is the year that this movie takes place. So we're talking, and I'm horrible at math, and I've done it a couple times, but like 8,000 years in the future, right? I mean, dude, like
it's before the dark times, the fall of humanity. Before the Emperor has to reunite the lost colonies with his Space Marine army
in 40K.
I
knew it was going to happen.
Pretty far from that. Pretty far from that.
I knew it was going to happen.
So, do you want to know what you rated it, Joe?
No. What I'd like to do is let's go ahead and jump into the rate it and grade it, and then Russ, you can provide us a review after the fact of what we rated the first one. So, Benjamin, open with a rate it and grade it for us.
Okay. I was hoping to compare. Did it take us more than 10 minutes to get to our rate it and grade it in this one, like it did in the first one? It seems like we've been here since 8, but we haven't. Dune 2. How come we're not talking about the best movie of the year, which is Poor Things, with Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo, an actual good movie that we should be talking about? But it's Dune 2. Cool. Yeah, it had sand. It had surf. No, wait, no fucking surf at all. That's not true. It was all right. For a good Messiah story with some cool machinery and spice. What do you think spice tastes like? Is it cinnamon? Is it like?
I mean, it's got to be
turmeric,
cinnamon, right? No, you know what?
Yeah,
cumin. It's
like
cumin.
There's spice in this food. No, it's like there's spice in the air you're breathing.
It's got to be cumin.
Cumin. There you go. Yeah. Very good. So it was good. I felt like it was a solid. Let's call it a B. It was very entertaining. We went and saw it in D box, which meant our chairs did little movements and shit. That was a fun little addition to try. And the acting was pretty good. I mean, Javier Bardem, it's like you're convincing, but not overly convincing. So it probably works out pretty well. And Bene Gesserit witches. What are you going to do?
Dude, I loved Javier Bardem when Paul says that he's not the Messiah. And he goes back to his little group and he's like, he's too humble to admit he's the Messiah.
Yeah.
Which just proves he's the Messiah. It was like, oh man, God damn those believers.
I thought they did a pretty good a pretty good job capturing that whole dichotomy of who's a believer and a non-believer, And it's almost like a political movie, only he's supposed to save the planet, where he's like, I've got to get everybody who hates me to love me. How am I going to do that? By screaming at them. It's like they love screaming. So
Right? Is there somewhere in this? There's got to be a grade.
B, solid B.
Oh, B, B.
Ben gave it a B, and last time he
No,
gave.
no, no, no. Stop. You got to do yours now, Russ.
Oh,
Then
okay.
we're gonna do the
Dems
circle. Then we're gonna come back for the review.
Dems to rules. Well, I kind of want to talk about my last one in my new review, but
All right. Well, that's cool. Then I'll go next.
all right.
I don't recall what I rated the first one. I would, however, rate this one. It's an A. I thoroughly enjoyed
Oh,
it. I feel like they definitely picked up on the groundwork that they laid in number one. I felt just tonight discussing it with my son. I felt like I compared it to things like Lord of the Rings 2, the Star Wars franchise. I feel like they laid a solid groundwork in the first one and didn't disappoint by picking it up in the second one. They definitely picked it up and continued the
They
continuity
pretty
moving from
convincingly
one
laid the
to the
groundwork
next.
for a third one.
Absolutely. And super excited for the third one.
Yeah,
I've actually
Furiosa is going to be his sister.
absolutely. I mean, no plot twist there. Like we all saw that coming.
so wait, you guys, book readers. I the way I understand it is the books ended after this movie, and so if there's another movie, it's just they're making it up, or is that wrong?
No, there's a whole series. There's Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune. There are many Dune books.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
And
they're
I'm on
already.
page like 14, so I am by no means an expert at the Dune novel.
I have read all of them, although it has been at least a decade, if not more.
Probably
So
two.
far, they are. You gotta call me out like that, dude. I thought we were homies.
You're almost 50.
What the fuck, man?
Just
Wow.
trying to help with the math.
I see you hiding the gray behind your microphone. Fuck you.
That's all I got anymore.
Huh.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would absolutely recommend that anybody who is a sci-fi enthusiast go see the movie. They executed extremely well on the Messiah plan, his reluctance to embrace the role, to initiate the Holy War, his ability to see the ramifications of his actions, moving forward through time. It's a great movie. Russ, what'd you think?
Uh, I'll tell you guys your former ratings because I'm gonna tie my rating into my rating.
Fair enough.
Ben, you were a B minus, so you not a big fan of change. I think you want more of the same. We know who you are voting for this election. Joe.
Nader.
Joe, on the other hand, you gave it a C and you went all the way up to an A.
That's fair.
It's
That's
a
fair.
pretty dramatic increase. So you're looking to shake things up come November.
Things get
And
better with age.
yeah.
Hey,
So
sometimes it's about the continuity, right? It's about the payoff.
when my rating for Dune 1 was a B plus, and I actually feel like I wanted to like the movie more, and I kept watching it, and every time I watched it, I liked it a little bit less. And the reason was it was like they show so much cool shit right in the beginning, and I wanted them to use it and to have a big fight. And like, I have no history with Dune. I don't care about the story all that much. I wanted to see something new that was exciting and engaging for me. And there's like a 1 minute 30-second fight sequence where they just take over the city and wipe out all the ships and cavalry and weapons that the good guys
Oh,
have.
it was
It's
absolute
unheard
battle
of,
montage. Yeah.
that would happen in this day of civility.
Yeah. And then you just follow this little boy around in the desert for probably an hour and a half, and not enough happened for me. So that really, I felt like the acting, the effects, the sound, the visuals were all really beautiful and well done. And most of the casting was pretty good. It just was like the story wasn't for me. Um, this one, not that. I would give this movie an A plus. I
Yeah,
thought,
boy. That's what I'm talking
yeah,
about. Bringing Russ around.
I thought this was in. I actually tried to write them out to figure out where this would land for me, but I think this is number 5 in my top 5 science fiction movies of
God
all time.
damn. That's a huge
Um,
compliment. I'll take that.
That's
I just
insane.
I thought it was amazing action, really engaging story. I loved what they were doing and how it was bringing me into it. I thought the worms were going to be so stupid when I saw them on the commercials, and when they kind of go into how they're surfing on top of them. I was like, okay, that actually is interesting. And they don't even spell it out for you as a viewer. They make you figure it out just through what they're
No,
showing.
they did a great job. That's one of the things I wanted to touch on. Yeah. No.
Yeah, they didn't really forcefully explain anything. It was you've got to come along and hopefully you're able to keep up. Yeah.
Yeah, they action was on point, acting was on point, and the effects and everything still came through. The only thing, if I were to complain, I'd say some of the characters that could have been a little grander or had a more kind of epic
A little
final.
bit more robust.
Like
Yeah.
Bautista, the way they silenced him was,
Yeah, he was one of the biggest
he went out like a
disappointments of the movie,
bitch.
I felt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like his whole character. But I assumed it was that way in the books, and so I just kind of gave it to him. And
Hmm.
I
overall,
mean,
I thought it was a great movie, and everyone should see it.
nice. I'll take that.
There
I'll
we
take
go.
that Russ
All right.
endorsement, which you won't hear me say often.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, this I feel like this is shaping up to be one of the uh sci-fi powerhouses of the, you know,
If they make a number
2020s.
3 and it really kicks ass. Yeah.
I don't know how they couldn't.
It,
Like
Russ, I got to ask on that top 5, where's Event Horizon?
it's not on there.
yeah.
I may have missed one, but I did write them down. I'll share them with you guys, and you can tell me where you think I went
Yeah,
wrong.
let's tell you how you're wrong about all of them.
So my number one, and it's not necessarily in the same realm as all the others because it's not a spaceship movie, but Fury Road is the best movie of all time, period. It's just so it
God
delivers
damn.
nonstop.
See, I'd call that post-apocalyptic, not sci-fi. What would you say, Joe?
I mean, you know, it depends on the umbrella we're casting. You know, I mean, post-apocalyptic technically falls into sci-fi.
Yeah, I guess. All
You
right.
know, so I'd give it to him.
All
I don't
right.
know about number one. Fuck that.
That's definitely
I
my
mean,
number one.
it's pretty awesome. It is a pretty awesome movie. What'd you think of the Furiosa trailer? Yeah, I'm assuming you got to see it.
I
I
did
did.
not see it. They didn't show it at mine.
Really?
I did.
Yeah.
I'm
It was all Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Oh,
was
see, and
definitely-
I think I had to abbreviate. Ghostbusters comes out tomorrow. We're recording this on Wednesday. I think I'll go see that in theaters.
I probably will
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's got all the original cast. How can you
I
not?
know.
It looks like
Well,
a good
not all of them.
Ghostbusters movie.
Egon's not going to be in it. You
Well,
fucking
right.
thought
dead
son
guy.
of a bitch.
Whatever. Fuck that guy.
Fuck you.
You don't get to say that to him.
All right, number 2.
Number 2, it was tough for me to like put this above some other ones, but I just love it these days. Rogue One is my number 2. I think that movie is fucking fantastic. Number 3,
Move on.
I don't know
Fifth
why we're
Element.
friends.
Fifth
Um,
Element. That's a classic, dude. I
Yeah.
feel like Fifth Element's one that every now and then you forget about, and then you watch it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is phenomenal.
from start to finish, like still the music in Fifth Element, you're like,
Yep.
how did they make it feel sci-fi for 50 years, you know?
Yeah. Right.
um Starship Troopers, you guys know me. That's
Yeah.
just definitely
Yeah.
going to be there.
Russell's
Gotta
first
be in the top
exposure to
5.
boobs.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then I'd give it, I actually talked about that at work the other day. I'd give it to this movie next, immediately
Wow.
followed by the reboot for Star Trek. I could maybe put
Wow.
Star Trek above this, but I'm not sure.
I guess that would
Huh.
depend on your Star Trek fanboyism.
Very
It's not
I could
high.
see that.
It's just
I
I
could
like
see
that
that.
movie.
Joe, can you name yours off the top of your head?
Man, off
What's
the
your
top of my
number one
head, I
sci-fi?
mean, with no
Movie,
prep,
TV show doesn't count.
Battlestar Galactica.
It's not I just said movie, TV show doesn't
Oh,
count.
I thought you
I
said. All
love
right, my bad.
just does not hear you.
Space Odyssey 2001.
Really?
Everybody says that. I've never sat through the whole thing.
Yeah, me neither.
It's a mind bender, especially considering for the time that it was made. I mean, absolutely, will rock your world. We talked about this before. Abyss is on that list. A lot of people
I
consider
haven't
that
seen
a
it in so
thriller
long.
versus a well, actually, you guys didn't consider it a thriller. I can't remember. We it's a lost episode, actually. That's one of our lost episodes.
No, we didn't actually watch it. We talked about doing it.
Oh, that's right. And then you guys browbeated me into doing something else. That's right.
That's right.
Joe,
Like,
have you seen Moon?
The recent one
Rockwell?
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, no, it's older.
It's 2009.
Oh, then I have not.
But it's very much like very similar to 2009 A Space Odyssey, 2001 Space Odyssey.
2001 Space Odyssey. Like that
Because
one a
in
lot.
the year 2001, that's where we'll be.
One could only
Yep.
wish.
It's
I'm
23 years
sorry,
ago.
Dave. I can't do that. All right,
Past
number 3.
that, I mean, it gets. Past that, it gets muddled.
Yeah.
Without any prep.
And what's yours? Putting him on the spot.
I don't watch that shit. Sci-fi is for nerds.
Fucking
that.
right.
Let's talk about Poor Things.
Right.
The best movie of the year, Poor Things.
Hey,
Fucking
you're welcome to rejuvenate an episode and cover the shit you want. But right now we're talking about
Dude,
sci-fi.
Emma
So
Stone
fuck your Poor
wins.
Things.
Emma Stone wins Best Actor at the Oscars, but Ruffalo not winning. I think that's Ruffalo's best role.
We're talking about Dune
sure.
2.
Dude, better than Now You See
right.
Me? Is it better than Now You See Me?
Yeah, no. I think it's Ruffalo's best role in Poor Things. Honestly,
All right.
Poor Things won for 2023, by the way. Dune 2 came out like a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Right.
We're gonna talk semantics now.
Well, they're
Cool.
different years.
It's a
Barely.
thing. Favorite sci-fi TV show? TV show?
Lost.
What?
Ooh,
Yeah.
is that? Yeah, that's a good one. What about Mando?
I put Lost above that. I put Lost above almost any show, any non-comedy show. I think it's one of my favorite shows I've ever watched.
I say Battlestar Galactica. Have either of you ever watched Battlestar Galactica?
I liked the reboot a lot.
The reboot. I'm talking about not the original 70s, 80s.
Like
I'm talking about the reboot, the 2000s
2001
reboot.
or something.
Yeah.
That one was great. I watched it from start to finish. I worked at Blockbuster around the time it was popular, so watched
Probably
it.
my favorite sci-fi anything ever is Fringe.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's probably that's
That
number
is
2 for
like
sure.
the
Fuck
I
yeah.
would say that's the top.
Once that shit gets rolling, that show's dope.
Oh, dude, the best acting, the best storyline, the best. I mean, dude,
I don't know.
you
Anna Torv
cannot keep up.
through that whole show, she's a little much. I don't know. But
But that's what makes it, though. That's what makes
Walternate
it.
and what's his
Walternate,
name?
dude, Walternate.
Yeah.
I love Walternate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. No, it's my
Leonard
favorite thing.
Nimoy, he kills, dude. He
Oh, dude.
kills. That dog
So
won't
good.
hunt. The dog won't
Um,
hunt.
have you guys seen Andor yet?
No.
Have not.
Although
Very,
the last
very
Star
good
Wars
show.
thing I saw got me interested in watching it.
I would actually just say watch the first episode. It's better than all the other episodes, but that first episode is like, holy shit, this is better than most of the movies.
Yeah.
I'm
But
just over everything
you,
Star Wars right now. Over
it
it.
doesn't feel
There's
like
a
Star
new
Wars.
one
It's
coming
super
out.
gritty. Like it starts off with very hardcore murder, but you guys missed Firefly. That's the best show. I'm sorry.
Second to Battlestar Galactica, I would agree with you.
Battlestar Galactica was great. Firefly just
Firefly's fucking, I mean,
Oh wait,
amazing.
does The Last of Us count? Because that show
That's pretty
crushes it.
great. No, I am definitely swayed by Rush. Yeah, Firefly shoots up to number 1. I'm thinking of like Lost is what 6 seasons long, and season 5 and season 6 you can just pretty much leave them. 1 through 4 is where it's at, but Firefly is that
Yeah.
short time frame where it's 6 episodes or something like that, 6 to 8. None of them
No,
really
that's
miss. They're
fair.
all great.
No, that's fair. That's fair
So
argument.
fun to rewatch.
I would put Firefly to number 1 over
Yeah,
Battlestar Galactica because Battlestar
Yeah.
Galactica is like 5 seasons.
I
Firefly
mean,
made
right.
like 2. I don't even think it made 2.
no,
No,
it was
one.
one.
It was
One.
It
1
was
season. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Firefly wins. Firefly
Yep.
for the win.
That's right.
Fuck yeah.
Hell
Been
yeah.
waiting for this moment all my
No,
life.
no, now honestly, just to wax romantic for a second about Firefly, I don't think there's ever been a show that was better written.
No, Deadwood, I would have to argue.
I haven't seen Deadwood, but again,
Deadwood's
multiple
beautiful.
seasons, right?
All right, 3.
I mean, we're
3, and then they
talking
did a
about
movie to wrap it
a
up.
show in 1 season to get you so invested in
I mean,
not just a singular character, but you were invested in every single character in that movie.
having just
Well,
having
season
just
show.
having just recently watched the True Detective series again. True Detective season 1 for just a standalone season, if we're just talking one season, that's like the best show ever made.
I would agree with you there as well. Yeah.
Never watched it. Can't do that shit.
Oh, dude, season 1. What?
It is.
I can't do true crime movies, any of that shit. My
Oh, it's
ex-wife
not true
ruined me
crime.
on it.
It's not true crime. It's just a story about a couple of detectives that get into some
Yeah,
interesting shit. And it's
and it's not.
immaculately acted by Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
It
Alright.
is. Hey,
It's-
and watch it for the episode with Alexandra Daddario. Oh,
Bada bam. Spoilers.
I'd say it's both of their best acting. I think it's
that
better than
huge tracts of land.
All right, so we're
Huge
way
tracts of land.
Oh, Dune 2, right.
way off Dune
Right.
tune here. So
What are you talking? What's your decision at the end? I mean, if politics is taken out of it, Zendaya or Florence Pugh, which one?
oh, Zendaya.
All right, all right.
All
Okay.
day long.
Russ is gonna
Um,
switch it and be like, I'd
are
go
you-
for the Bene Gesserit.
You're talking about what I would.
the wives, right? You got to
Just-
pick
Yeah, for
MKF.
Zendaya,
MKF.
I would. I think I would normally go for Zendaya because I like, a little bit of culture. But
A little bit of culture.
don't you dare post
Florence
this on
Pugh,
that
an
singles
unwashed
page.
barbarian.
But they make her look so young in this movie, and she is young compared to
It's
like
fucking so good.
She's young.
I couldn't the whole time I thought she might be 19 and I looked her up. She's a lot older than that, but not for
I
me.
understand if you've seen Euphoria, you don't think she's so young. I haven't watched it.
I would go for Florence Pugh.
What?
Yeah, 100%.
All right,
You saw
let's talk
Oppenheimer.
let's talk about the power play at the end
Okay.
when he embraces his role as the Messiah.
Right.
Right? Like the whole
The whole
movie,
war then.
doesn't want to do it. Doesn't want to do it. I'm of the people.
What?
I'm for the
He
people.
definitely accepts it at a point. He's
No,
plotting
I'm
and
just saying.
scheming to get everybody on his side.
No, I mean, but he wasn't though. For the scene, I would disagree because I feel like the whole movie he is working against his mother, working against the expectations of God damn it, what's his name? Bardem's character.
Stilgar.
Stilgar, working against Stilgar. Look, man, fuck you guys. I'm just here. I just want to be, I just want to help you. I just want to help the Fremen fighting against the whole thing. And then moves into the scene where he walks into the moot. And oh, you have to be a leader to talk. And he's just like, you expect me to break my best blade before a battle?
Right.
And
That's way far on.
totally sets Stilgar up as his right hand man, basically his probably what'll end up being his Judas, you know, to prosecute his religious war in the stars. And, 86 is the girl that he's soul bound to. It captures the fucking emperor.
Rough.
Dude, how cunning did he have to be? Let's even flip the script. How stupid was the emperor to accept that bait?
Yeah, I think they play the emperor up to be kind of beyond his scheming days. I feel like Paul makes a plan within the first hour of the movie on what he's going to do, maybe even less. Like pretty early on, he's like, I'm going to send my mom away. You go to the south, you whip up fervor there. I'm going to take care of these guys. We'll meet in the middle. We'll have it. And I feel like he
interesting. So you feel like you feel like he took his dad's instructions about desert power.
Oh yeah, 100%.
To heart.
I feel like the only debate he had is in the first movie. The only inner debate he had was the first movie, and by this one, he's like, "Yeah, I get it. He's on a revenge plot, and he's going to use the Fremen to overtake the Harkonnens. That's everything. How can I manipulate them without betraying them?" And he figures out a pretty good way.
When he drinks the worm piss or the water of life, and you can just watch him evolve into this next level being. And when he says, I can see everything happening all at once, and there's all these different timelines, but I can see one where it works. And he just like cuts his hand through nothing, but you can actually see, like, he does a really good job of building the timelines around the nothing that he's cutting. And when he puts his hand through it, you see that he does have it figured out. And then it all lines up, and he tells Zendaya that he's always going to love her, and then immediately turns around and he's like, I'm going to marry you. And he's just like, as Joe said, he's stepping into the leadership role. He's got the ultimate blue eyes. He is Hitler to extreme.
Where the fuck did that come come from?
Oh, Russ
Oh
bringing
my
back the
God.
Hitler love. I did not expect the Hitler love
Jesus.
tie-in.
It came to me in the
Jesus.
moment, the blue eyes thing. I was like, oh yeah, Hitler.
Wow.
Well, you know,
Damn. Although
Yeah.
the comparison is not out of place in this instance, I mean, he has
I mean,
willingly and knowingly, you know, committed billions to death. He knew through these actions, but
Yeah.
he's just got a vision.
the more it was. Hitler, I just had a
Awful.
vision.
All right. So
No, wait, stop.
hammer time.
I feel like the most important thing that illustrates his little hand motion through everything that he's got one narrow chance was that final fight with Nah Baron
Fade.
Ralpha.
Ralpha, and he takes
Who
that friggin' sword to his gut and lets him close, and it ties back to a scene in the very first movie when he's sparring.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "I've got you." And his God, what was his name?
Gurney.
Gurney.
Gurney
Says,
Hollick.
"Well, look
Josh
closely,
Brolin.
look closely, my master, because you would follow me in death." Genius tie back. I felt like that was a great
To a
fucking
previous
callback.
movie.
Yeah.
Also, another callback right around that time was when the mother, Supreme Mother, whatever, was being an old bitchy lady to him, and he yells silence at her and like knocks her onto her knees, and she's shaken because in the first
Abomination.
movie she said silence to him when he was like, I don't want the needle in the neck. No.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and the fact that he was an
what's that called? What's that
abomination.
called? What's that called? It's called something. Gom Jabbar. The callback I really wanted is Josh Brolin and Javier Bardem getting into a big gunfight.
This motherfucker.
And
I swear to God, dude.
I was like, dude,
Take
where's
anything
the
seriously.
inside joke to No
Take
Country,
anything
man?
seriously.
Come on. Should 100% have
No,
you be like,
it's
"Don't
gonna
I know
happen
you?"
it's gonna happen in episode 3 in the third movie
Telling you.
when
What's the most
Stilgar
you've
runs
lost on a
around.
coin toss?
Just like halfway through the movie, he's in the desert, and Josh Brolin like pulls out some binoculars and sees an old red truck with a bunch of dead Mexicans around it. And he walks out there, all
pulls
slow.
it down, and Javier Bardem's like, "You got a Scroogey?" All right.
It's going to be all about Stilgar, in the close combat with the little pneumatic actuated device.
That's a secret weapon. Yep.
Cow killer.
Yep. So there have been 3 iterations of this that I can name, right? Have you seen all 3? You
3
got
iterations
the 80s,
of
80s David Lynch with Kyle MacLachlan. Sting plays Fade Routha in his diaper. I will kill him. And then the BBC did a mini series adaptation with William Hurt as Leto Atreides, and you've got to have seen this.
I've seen them.
Yeah. And then you got the new one. I gotta say, pound for pound, I feel like that mini series is the best Dune adaptation we've had.
I mean, you're not wrong.
What is
Thank
this
you.
on?
Good night.
What is this on?
It's a mini
"Good night."
series. I bought it used from Blockbuster, actually, previously used. It was like 4 discs long, and it's this really great Dune mini series. Gives way more depth to the Harkonnens, although I will give it to these 2 movies for the Harkonnens. You get a pretty good idea of how fucked up they are, especially Fade Routha with his what does he call them, the harpies? The 3 things he just feeds dead people to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just watched 13 seconds of that miniseries, and no, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
No, I mean it's the production value isn't there. Like that's
Yeah, the
that's the
production
thing that
value isn't
this
there, and it's like it's newer than Jurassic Park, and Jurassic Park takes dinosaur shits on that.
I mean, agree to disagree.
Nicely done. Nicely done. No, I think that this is the culmination of the Dune series. This is probably the treatment that Dune. This is the same treatment that Lord of the Rings got, except for Dune.
Yeah.
I
And
can't
hopefully they make
see
that third
them.
movie.
I
I
can't
wouldn't think
see
they could.
them exceeding the production value and the overall approachability for people who haven't experienced or come across Dune before. I mean, this is what makes it accessible to the masses. You know, prior to this,
Well,
I've been a Dune fan for 30 fucking years.
so when we recorded Dune 1, at that time it had only been out for a week, I think, or Ben recited what had happened in a week. Budget, I'm going off memory. I think it had a budget of 124 million, and it had made 250 something at that time. So, in Ben's words, greenlit for number 2.
Right.
And this one had a budget of 190.
Hey, and this was number 2.
Yes, you're right. Good
I
job.
was right.
Right, Russ is working towards a prediction. Come on now, Ben.
This one
Oh.
had a budget of 190 million, and so far it has made just shy of 500 million.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's gonna
So
slay.
They should just
greenlit, right?
skip to number 5. Just skip to and be like, you guys guess what happened.
I mean, I hate to be a spoiler, but there's more than 3 books in the series.
Oh yeah. Eventually it's to the children, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Kwisatz
The
Haderach still has to
children
come
of
out.
Dune. Children of
Yeah.
Dune. Yeah, no, it goes on for a hot minute.
Kwisatz Haderach. All right.
Unfortunately, on another spectrum, we already talked about this, but D&D the movie only made 208 million, and it had a budget of 150 million. That is a shame, moviegoers. You guys suck.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the best D&D movie to date. To completely embrace Russell's aside, it's the best D&D movie to date. However, you can't compete with what happens in my living room.
What?
You just can't.
Oh,
No. Dude, wrapping up Mandolin was very epic.
hey, Ben, I got to ask because I was looking up other movies and this one popped up. Where is Interstellar on your list of top
Man,
sci-fi?
let me tell you.
That would be my
Dude,
number 3 that I didn't claim.
Man, if we're doing movies, yeah, I'm just gonna keep surpassing number 1 because I already love that movie. It was already one of my favorites. And then Kelly and I went and saw it in the movie theater, which I don't think I got to see it in the movie theater the first time it came around.
You didn't? I got to see it in the movie theater.
No.
It was really good.
So yeah, going and seeing it in the movie theater, like I think I cried 4 times. Like it was a religious experience seeing that up on the big screen, and just I love that movie. I like to live in that movie. That's the most adventurous I will ever
So is
get.
that your number 1 then?
Probably.
Yeah,
So Joe, question for you. Inception.
I mean, it's not even in the top 5.
Come on.
Boom.
No, it's not. I mean, not in this caliber of movie. I mean, that movie. I love Inception. I do love Inception.
We know it's your favorite movie ever made.
No, not even close. I do love Inception, but on these caliber of movies, I mean, dude, Avatar: Way of Water fucking trumps Inception. I mean,
wow. You know what I recently watched again was The Revenant.
it's a James Cameron
which was
movie.
our very first episode. That's a great movie.
God, we should redo that episode.
We
where
should.
you send Joe into the mountains to survive, and then you watch a
That's
movie
right.
about it.
And then
Yeah,
we
and
record
then we
when he gets
record
back.
me. Yeah, when I get back. Yeah.
Then
Jesus
you just
Christ.
record you like trying to guess what Joe was doing.
Oh, the early
If I'm gonna
days.
guess how many mice you ate, I'm gonna go 15. 15
When you
mice.
fought the bear, how many knife stabs did it take?
Too many.
Anyway, you got anything else on Dune? Part D.
I mean, just the setup for number 3 is so rife with potential.
You know that the Kwisatz Haderach makes some shit happen, and that's not Paul. They clearly point out it's not Paul. It is the baby telepathically communicating with their mom before she's even born. Yeah, some shit's gonna go down.
Here's some predictions. If they fully engage the off-world conflict in the 3rd movie, they'll lose everybody.
Agreed.
They have to
have to
keep
stay
it
on
focused
Arrakis.
on Arrakis.
Yep.
I don't know about that. I want to see whatever they can do. As long as
yeah,
it's
but
good.
you're a
not this
40
movie.
you're a 40K junkie, and that's not this movie, and it's not this series.
Whatever, the Emperor's gonna come back and get them all anyways. Just leave them in an army.
I don't think so.
Hey, question for you guys. Stellan Skarsgård was obviously the MVP of Dune 1.
I'd say he's the MVP of Dune 2.
Is he? Because he dies like a fucking bitch.
Which was his role.
Yeah. I would say Javier Bardem for me. There's a couple weird scenes with him where he
Bardem is good, but he's just
I just give it to
yeah,
Chalamet.
I don't know.
I feel like
I guess-
Chalamet delivered.
Chalamet. Which one's Chalamet?
The main
He's the kid.
character.
He's the kid.
He's
Yeah,
Paul.
I would not agree with you except for after he drinks the worm piss and becomes this new person.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I thought
holy
he was
shit.
solid the whole way through.
What about his mom, though?
I would maybe also agree that he's solid. It's just I don't want to see teenagers.
Pugh was really good too. Florence Pugh was actually kind of fit the role really well.
But did you like her more in this or Oppenheimer? Huh?
Yeah, but how did you feel about the Emperor?
Christopher Walken, I feel like that was a wasted cameo.
Yes.
I feel like
it
did not need Christopher Walken right there. It could have been
It
Joe
is-
Biden, and it would have been.
I actually think he's
more
the worst part of the
convincing.
movie.
I feel like they sandbagged casting him in that role because they
I agree.
expected so much more on screen, and he did not fucking deliver, which is
No,
probably
he's
the
like, I
only
can't
time
be
you'll
super
ever hear me
kooky.
say that about
Yeah.
Christopher Walken. But
I know.
dude, that was such a fucking shit role for him.
Yeah, I just think he's not really built for that kind of character, in my opinion.
Nope.
No, he's got the ability. He's got
Yeah.
the capacity. He just didn't bring it. I mean, the amount of humiliation and submission it would have taken in that final scene to kneel down and kiss Paul's ring. Just that scene lacked so much punch. Like, I mean, that should have been the gut punch of the movie.
Right.
I think
Now, that should have been the fucking Luke tossing the Emperor, or that should have been the Darth Vader tossing the Emperor down the fucking tube fucking punch of the fucking movie, and it just lacked. It just wasn't there.
That character for me, I feel like if they wanted to pick that kind of actor to do that role, Liam Neeson would have done a better job.
Ooh, good recast. That's That's actually a really good suggestion.
They're
That
kind
would
of
have
in
been
a similar
great.
realm. They've got a weird like voice that everyone recognizes them for, and
Yeah, but Liam Neeson would have had that
Yeah,
cold
he would bring
detachment.
gravity. He would bring an entire new level of gravity to that role. Yeah, I agree. I thought Christopher Walken was, yeah,
Total
miscast.
miscast. Total
Yeah,
yeah.
miscast.
yeah.
But
Who,
you know,
who else could have been recast?
I don't know if
Everybody.
recast is the right word. I really just would have liked to see Bautista like them to use him the way that he could
Right.
have been used.
Nah, he
He
got
should
punked like a
have in
bitch.
his fight scene. He should have gotten a little bit of fighting in before
Yeah.
getting scared and running away. Like they just bring him out and then he gets scared and
Nah, but
runs
I
back.
felt like that served a purpose though, because it highlighted the psychological warfare that the Fremen were conducting on him, right? Like the
He was
actual
losing
cons.
his mind. He
Yeah,
was
no,
losing
he,
his
he
mind.
Everybody said it. Everybody called him a bitch. Everybody said it.
The Breakfast Club said it. Millionaire said it.
well, and it fits with the Harkonnen psychology, right? Like the minute he knew he was losing it, he knew that his uncle wasn't going to back it. I really feel like the other thing that they did well this time around was the Harkonnen and really digging in
Seeing their city,
and the
see,
crossover between the Harkonnen and Paul and his mom being a Harkonnen's daughter and
Right.
see,
grandpa. Like, I mean, dude, some fucking dark tie-ins, right?
they don't often like do something new visually in a movie anymore. But their homeworld, I was like, oh fuck. I haven't
That
seen it.
shit's dark, huh?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
The Emperor came from that world. The Emperor's a
Crazy.
Harkonnen.
That's why he's so conniving. Well, yeah, I mean he did anyway. Watch the movie. Enough spoilers.
Yeah. If you like this, like and subscribe. We'll post another movie in about 6 months. You guys will be
Maybe.
very happy.
Maybe.
And it
Maybe.
will be Poor Things.
No.